Today in Salt Lake City, a saga of school closures and taxpayer-funded rebounds raises eyebrows in Arizona's educational landscape.
Hey there, I'm Leah, diving into the latest here. Welcome to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett.
And I'm Garrett. Let's set the stage for today's stories. We're coming to you from Salt Lake City.
Okay, so here we go from the top. Arizona's educational scandal. Title of Liberty Academy recently emerged from the ashes of a doomed charter, Arcus Academy, which ran into some pretty severe financial and academic difficulties.
Yeah, it's wild because now they're making use of Arizona's empowerment scholarship accounts, kind of like using taxpayer funds for these private schools without much oversight. Doesn't really inspire confidence in the system, right?
Real talk, the lack of transparency is super concerning. I mean, these ESAs, or the Empowerment Scholarship Accounts, give each student around $7,000, with no strings attached to check how the schools are performing academically or financially.
Exactly, That's something to chew on, huh? Surely, there has to be room for improvement in how we ensure these funds are put to good use. Totally a rabbit hole worth exploring.
Yep, and honestly, what's next on our list? This one's heating up too.
All right, next up. So down in the Davis School District here in Utah, a wrenching lawsuit has been filed by a former student. Ebony Davis, who had to endure racial harassment, is stepping up to spotlight the persisting racial issues within the school climate.
That's close to the heart of it. Even after a DOJ settlement in 2021 to address this very problem, it seems not much has changed. Ebony's courageous stance really highlights the gap between these top-level agreements and their execution.
Yes, and the most damning part is how widespread the complaints still are. In 2023, the number of harassment complaints exceeded the district's total Black student population. Just hard to believe they're struggling this much to match their commitments with real actions.
Absolutely, we can't just let this one slide. It's a reminder that, meaningful change must go beyond settlements and be embedded in everyday practice. Moving right along.
Okay, moving on. The University of Utah is bracing itself, facing whispers of state budget cuts. We're talking reductions that could hit a whopping 25%. That's going to demand creative solutions to protect crucial services, right?
That's a story worth telling, especially with the focus on student services, like mental health support taking the brunt. I mean, maintaining academic integrity is crucial, but they definitely need to balance that with student welfare.
For sure, Leah. It's about finding budget flexibility without hurting students. And let's be real, innovation is key here.
Agreed. The university's leaders are called to juggle integrity and student needs. Anyway, let's keep this going. What's next?
Next up, drought issues in southwest Utah. St. George is grappling with severe water shortages as snowpacks shrink. These conditions are driving a real urgency for conservation efforts.
Here's where it gets really interesting. It's all about adapting. Initiatives like incorporating water-efficient landscaping save water like you wouldn't believe. These efforts are vital in combating the perennial dryness.
Washington County's decision to crack down on lazy grass. Now that's a concept. No more irrigation hogs dragging down the region. It'll be neat to see how these changes pan out long term.
Totally get where you're coming from. Let's wrap this up with a bow, highlighting how local ideas can echo louder in handling global challenges. And there we have it, full circle.
Exactly. That's the takeaway for this one, and a message for communities everywhere. It's all about community-driven solutions.
All right, that ties it up nicely for today. Thanks for tuning in to Laid Back Local, the news of the day with Leah and Garrett. See you all tomorrow.